Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Kansas, but it's not what you think. Yes, it's about whether it's good in 2024, but we already know it is. But a new commander was just released with the Azure Lane commanders, and this one is Azure Lane Colorado. And I think it has potential to be hilarious. So, let's see why she's hilarious. Alright, so we are running Azure Lane, Colorado with Paolo DeRevel and John Arbuthnot Fisher. John Fisher, okay? Her base trait increases battleship main battery, decreases battleship main battery reload time and battleship main battery shell grouping. So it gets you more accurate and faster reload. Not bad, right? It gets better. We also have a full accuracy build. Flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, marksmanship, and you could go reaching out, or you could use her special perk, which gives you an extra 21%, well, it could go up to 25% off of your reload. Not completely, but on the second shot that you take, so after you fire your first shot, the second salvo, and then every third salvo after that gets a up to a 25% reload buff. To put that into perspective, I have taken oh crap, what is it called? Think, Spartan. I have taken artillery plotting room off and gone a step further and put main battery mod 3 on, because that reduces my reload time even further by another 10%. Plus, for every 30,000 damage we do beyond that, we're also going to get another 2%. So up to a 20% reload reduction. Right? I think. Or maybe it's 15. No, it should be 20. It's minus 2% per level, so it should be 20%. So minus 20% right there, right? So if you get up to 150,000 damage in a match, you will have a minus 20% onto your reload. And that's also stacking with the fact that you have the commander perk. What does all this add up to? Well, I'm going to show you in the match, but I want you to see the base reload of my Kansas is not 33 seconds. It's 27.8, which is about as fast as my Iowa currently. Okay? Keep that in mind. 12 American, very accurate, armor-piercing rounds, headed downrange every 27.8 seconds. And then when I get the boost, I can get an extra 20% on top of this. So that would be roughly a fifth of this. Let's just call it 5 seconds. I know it'll be a little bit more than 5 seconds. So then we're down to a 22-second reload if we get 150,000 damage. And then if you get your every third salvo, 25% on top of that, you can see why it gets preposterous. Okay? So let's get into the video and let you guys see it. Shall we? Alrighty, so we're going to be in the Kansas, and we are on Islands of Ice using the brand new Azure Lane Colorado Commander. And I'll be real honest with you guys, I've had a rough morning. Not because of the commander, but because of the teams. You guys know how it is. Update days are rough, man. Telling you. It's enough to drive someone to drinking. I don't even drink. But I'm getting there. Anyway. So we're in the Kansas. Obviously, I talked about what this build is all about. This is a pure reload meme build. Would I recommend this on all American battleships? Probably not. I would say focus on the American battleships like Kansas and Minnesota and potentially Vermont later on that have a really long reload time, because they're going to get the most out of this, as well as they're going to be able to throw enough rounds down range that losing the artillery plotting room isn't really going to hurt as much. You do notice not having artillery plotting room on the Kansas, but it's really not that bad because you're sending, 12 rounds down range. But yeah, we're going to have ourselves a heck of a game, and it's going to be a lot of fun. It's not the highest damage game you'll ever see, but it's a fun game, and that's what matters. And it showcases this build pretty well in its entirety, right? So keep an eye out for that. I've looked at some of the other commanders, and I don't really see anything out of them that I'm really interested in. Maybe the Russian battleship commander is interesting for a couple of reasons, but other than that, like, Colorado's pretty much the cream of the crop in terms of the new commanders. And the fact that it's another American Azure Lane commander that's kind of cracked is kind of hilarious to me. But what do I know? Azure Lane, New Jersey turned out just fine, so why not throw another one in? So here we've got a shot at a beautiful Belfast 43 who's reversing, and he, fortunately for him, manages to get going forward just enough to slow himself down and not get dev struck there. It's unfortunate for us, and also unfortunate for us is we already lost the cruiser in front of us, as well as this friendly, I think it's a Toulon next to us. Yeah, it's Toulon. We just got slapped by an Iowa, by the way. Didn't see that coming over the top of the island until it was too late. But we're going to try to use their smoke against them here. Kansas has a great concealment, right? We know there's two cruisers over there sitting in a smoke screen. We got a San Diego, we got a Belfast 43. Neither of them can shoot us if they can't see us. So if we don't fire our guns, we don't get spotted. Now, I am going to end up firing my guns here in a moment as I'm getting ready to go behind the iceberg, because I figure, why not, right? You might as well take the shot because you miss all the shots you don't take, and I'm pretty confident these guys are just sitting there broadside in their smokescreen. So I'm like, okay, we're about to go behind the island. Let's just give it a little bit of what for. And we take the shot, and of course, as soon as I take the shot, the little turds get spotted. Like, what are the odds? Like, if I had held that shot any longer, I would have probably dev struck these guys. But because I was, like, actually trying to blind fire, and they get spotted right after I try to blind fire them, like, we were just kind of screwed. But here you're going to see San Diego is just freaking sitting there begging for it. Belfast is sitting there. He's reversing again. And so we go ahead and fire the full salvo. And again, he's going to try to smoke up. And he's going to try to go forward. And that's going to keep him alive for now. 2 more shells hit him, but he gets away with it. Now here, we know that they're going to be shooting us, so we're trying to turn in. You can see I'm paying attention to my crossfires. We got the Vladivostok over here. Not only do I want you guys to pay attention to the reload time of my Kansas in this game, but also pay attention to what the enemy does and why they end up having the result that they have. But here we've got the Belfast, who looks like he's going to be a spotter for the San Diego, which is dangerous as crap. So we're going to try to lead him as best we can. Unfortunately, gets away with it for the first shot. I don't want to go over-angled against the Roma because I already know that that Roma will have the best accuracy he will ever get in his life, because I'm on the receiving end, right? So we take a shot at the Belfast again, and this time we do manage to hit him, but only for an overpin, so it's pretty inconsequential at the end of the day. However, San Diego, I don't know if he just doesn't realize he's spotted, or if he just doesn't care, or if he thinks he's going to get away with it because, you know, broadside is best side and no armor is best armor, but here he does not get away with it. He's lucky to be alive, and so I was expecting him to reverse here. So I shot towards the back, expecting him to try to get out of the way. And lo and behold, he doesn't. He just sits there, so I look like an idiot. So I'm like, well, if he's just going to sit there and make me look like an idiot, I'm going to make him look like an idiot. So I take the shot. As we get around the island, the shells get out there, and bonk. It's only a matter of time. If you're just going to sit there like a complete goober, you're going to get treated like a complete goober. And so, you know, you can only fool me so many times with the same maneuver, you know? But next I want to point out a couple of clues, okay? A lot of people seem to have trouble picking up on hints of who's around them or how close they may be, right? So here we see a destroyer is spotted. I am currently not in any danger of being shot at, so I might as well take the shot, because you miss all the shots you don't take, and any damage you get on the destroyer now could potentially help the team later on. Or yourself. Trust me. I always try to shoot at the destroyers if I can. Just because too many times I get into a situation where a little turd blossom comes running around the corner fully health, and I hit him for all but just the smallest sliver of his health. And I'm just sitting there going, why me? And I know I'm not alone. You guys have had the same sort of stuff happen. But notice how I'm still spotted. Okay? Destroyer goes behind the island. We do actually hit the Vladdy here with a shell. Then we get radared by the Belfast. Now, why would the Belfast be radaring? Could it be that the Belfast is considering sneaking up on us? Now, that would be a bold strategy, considering that man had no health when we last saw him. Like, surely he wouldn't be that brazen, right? Well, he's obviously within radar range of us. He's not using his radar to detect a destroyer. He's using it to detect me and figure out what I'm doing so that he could potentially launch some cheeky torps around the island, right? Makes sense. Belfast 43 has torpedoes. Dirt-da-dur. Don't go derping around the corner into his torpedoes when you know he's trying to line you up for them. Speaking of which, he now has me sonared. What does that tell us, folks? If nothing else, you don't have to know the range. Just know that if you're in sonar range of somebody, they're very close. Much closer than radar range, right? So, just by process of elimination, this little turd waffle is sitting right around the corner from us, and I ain't about that. If he wants to play games, he wants to play stupid games, he's gonna win stupid prizes, and I'm gonna make him look silly. Or, he's gonna make me look silly here in a moment. Place your bets, folks. Which will it be? Will he make me look silly, or will I make him look silly? Well, I thought he was in this gap. He actually makes me look silly. This is not ideal. Fortunately, he's a goofer. He completely screwed up the torp launch. Never change when it comes to launching on, you know, you're launching your torps too early. I don't understand it. I guess he was just expecting to die, so he's like, I gotta get these torps off immediately, and I wasn't even looking at him, so he kind of just rushed it and ended up screwing the pooch. You hate to see it, unless, of course, you're on the receiving end, in which case you love to see it. But here we have a beautiful flank on the Roma. Now, the Roma, you may remember, was bow into us and was supposed to be helping these cruisers out, but he decided that he was too good for that. He doesn't need to help his teammates out on this flank. He would be much better served pointing his ship towards the middle of the map to get crossfires on the enemy team, which is my team, right? That's his goal. Except, I'm still alive. And while you may think that you're setting yourself up for some good crossfires across the map, and you darn well might, you're also setting yourself into the middle of a crossfire. Crossfires work both ways, folks. If you're getting a crossfire on somebody, somebody probably has a crossfire on you. So knocking on the door will likely get an answer, if you know what I'm saying. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. This Vladivostok is running propulsion mod. Tell me, or ask me how I know. Okay? I take the shot, and he immediately throws it. Watch it. Wait for it. He sees it, slows down. All my shells manage to get into the front of his ship instead of getting the Citadel and sending him home. Real obnoxious. But it happens, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, ain't gonna happen, right? I don't know what the whole thing is, but it ain't gonna work twice, right? Right, Spartan? It's not gonna work twice. We take the shot over the island. We have a beautiful look, and bonk. Like I said, not gonna work twice. You can't keep doing the same move and expect expect the same result. Like, somebody's gonna adapt to it, right? Now here the Roma smokes up. Why? Because he's gotten his butt kicked. Because he put himself in a terrible position. Our teammates have crossfires on him. Shocker. Not only that, but he has completely given up this flank, which allows me to set up crossfires on every one of his teammates, which is probably the most hilarious situation you can be in a Kansas, because it means one of two things, or actually it means two of two things. One, you have amazing shots, and you're going to absolutely annihilate the people that are getting great shots. However, it also means that the enemy was completely complacent and no one's paying attention to the minimap, because I've been spotted multiple times and none of these guys even know I exist. And once again, I expect people to be smart, and so I plan for it, and we get screwed on RNG on the first shot. We'll talk that up to not having our artillery plotting room. This next shot, though, I mean, really? Look at this shot. Like, I am begging this guy. And, of course, this is the guy that decides to go forward. No, you little turds! Just do what I want you to do! Dang it! But, well, the good news is, he definitely knows I'm here now. Does it matter? Not really. What's he gonna do? Go broadside to the rest of my team and hope they don't kill him? So here I get a little greedy. I'm like, okay, one set of guns for them and the other set of guns for the other Iowa. Can we pull off the double strike? Bonk. Oh no! Oh no! We almost did it though. We almost did it. But of course, in true Spartan fashion, we gotta leave them with just enough to get away. Unfortunate. But we've had a great game. We're up to 140,000 damage. We take the shot on the Iowa. That was a 23-second reload, by the way. I don't know if you guys noticed that. As we finish off the Iowa. Now, pay attention to the shots that I take on the Sims to end this game. First of all, the Sims, he's got the luck of the devil on his side. I don't know what it is. Like, this dude literally will sail in a straight line and the shells will dodge him. It's crazy. Maybe I'm just bad. It could be. Like, we all know. So here you can see I try to get cheeky, get a shot over the island so he doesn't see it, so he doesn't try to dodge. And we hit him, but don't kill him. Shocker. But as we're reloading, you can see we're getting a much faster reload. And I'm like, okay, well, I missed the last one. I'm not going to miss this one. So we lead him a little bit more. Take the shot. I'm out of practice. Okay, I'll take the blame on that one. Surely this one will hit. Really? Really, game? Surely I could have aimed a little bit further forward, maybe. But those shots literally landed on both sides of his ship. That's bullcrap. Come on. Quit letting this little turd live. So we send all 12 barrels in his direction. And I guess that's all the game was wanting. And we pick up our quacking. Not too shabby. So let me know, are you guys interested in the meme build Azure Lane, Colorado? Are you going to stick with the William Sims? Are you going to stick with the Azure Lane, New Jersey build? I'm really interested to see what you guys' thoughts are because I'm thoroughly enjoying this so far. I've had very few games under 100,000 despite having some of the worst teams you will ever see in this game today. So let me know what you guys think. And if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.